steps involved in TPM implementation. What are the different stages involved in TPM implementation? And the 12 steps we're going to explain in today's video. But first of all, you need to know that what is the definition of TPM and the small history behind TPM. After that, I will enter into the 12 steps. So first of all, the definition of TPM. TPM means total productive maintenance. So in totality, you have to do the maintenance in such a way so that your equipment become productive. It becomes highly efficient and it can improve your performance efficiency. Okay, so all these reasons TPM is required. So TPM basically works on the principle of zero bad, means zero breakdown, zero accidents, and zero defects. So TPM basically helps to improve the overall equipment effectiveness. That is called OEE. So regarding OEE, I have made separate videos. So you can go and check the videos in our YouTube channel. I'll give the links of those videos in the I button. Okay, so you can go and check this out. Now we need to know the small history about TPM. So basically, TPM originated from Japan during the after the post World War II. Okay, and Saichi Nakajima basically it is the father of TPM, and he basically introduced the concept of involving every employees, and he basically says that it's not only the maintenance team who is responsible for improving the equipment reliability, rather every employee, workers, cross-functional team members, everyone is responsible for maintaining the reliability of the equipment. Everyone should be responsible, everyone should cooperate, everyone should participate. Okay, so TPM was first successfully implemented at Nippon Denso Company Limited, a supplier of Toyota Motor Corporation. Okay, now today TPM is a key pillar of lean manufacturing. It is also part of total quality management as well, and it is widely adopted across manufacturing, healthcare, logistics, and service industries. So, hello, this is Surajit Banerjee, a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt. I welcome you all to our channel, the Lean Six Sigma World, your go-to place for mastering the concept of Lean Six Sigma in all aspects. I have recently launched this book, Untold Story of Lean Six Sigma. It is Amazon #1 bestseller book, and I have achieved the Amazon #1 bestselling author. I have launched another book that is basically World Class OE. It is also Amazon #1 bestseller, and I have achieved the best-selling author from the Amazon. So this Untold Story of Lean Six Sigma, this will be a comprehensive guidelines for you. This book is a one-stop solution for you to learn and master the fundamentals of Lean Six Sigma in one single go. And if you want to find out what are the hidden losses which you are neglecting, how to calculate OE, based on the traditional method and the time-based method that I have given with proper calculation in my book, that is basically world-class OE. So you can go and check this out. These books are getting very good feedback on this book. This is already Amazon #1 bestseller. So you can go and check this out. This book, the links of these books are given in the description section. So now I am moving into the steps of implementation of TPM. So there are basically 4 stages involved in TPM implementation. First is preparation stage, then there is kickoff stage, then there is implementation stage, and the fourth one is basically stabilization stage. So there are 5 steps involved in the preparation stage, 1 step in the kickoff, and 5 steps also involved in the implementation stage, and 1 step in the stabilization. So there is total 12 steps. So now I'm moving into the first step, that is step 1, that is called top management announcement. See, if you want to implement Lean Six Sigma or any tool, you need top management involvement. Their involvement is very, very important. So senior leadership officially announces the decision to implement TPM, demonstrating commitment and aligning the organization towards a common vision, towards a business goal. What is the purpose? So that basically vision given by the top management. So top management announces the program of TPM. Now step 2 is TPM education and awareness. Now you need to educate the people. You need to provide the awareness. So train the employees at all levels that what is the TPM, what is the goal, what will be the benefits. You need to, and the roles and responsibility of each and every individual need to be defined. Okay, and you have to also involve your customers, the vendors, sub-vendors, cross-functional team members. Every employees of the organization should be involved in the TPM implementation stage. Okay. Now I'm moving into the third step, that is basically establish TPM promotion. Now you need to form a steering committee with the cross-functional team members who will be responsible for planning, for coordination, and monitoring the TPM activities for the promotion of the TPM across the organization and some across the different departments. Now I'm moving into step number 4, that is set TPM policies and goals. So define the measurable TPM objectives, such as what will be your goal? The goal will be improve the OE, reducing the downtime, eliminating the defects, and enhancing the workplace safety. Now I'm moving into step number 5, that is the last step of the preparation stage, that is develop the master TPM master plan. Now you need to prepare a master plan, detailed master plan, where there will be some timelines, the responsibilities, with role and responsibilities of the persons, individuals, different milestones, timeline, and performance indicators will be mentioned in terms of the benefits, what we are going to get benefits in terms of the monetary and some performance efficiency aspect. Everything should be written in that master plan. The detailed plan should be prepared. It should be posted everywhere to give the awareness and to announce that we are going to start the kickoff for the TPM implementation. So now we are moving into the kickoff stage. Step number 6, that is the TPM kickoff. So officially launch the TPM across organization through meetings, campaigns, and employee engagement activities to build enthusiasm. Now you need to involve cross-functional team members, your customers, vendors, sub-vendors, all should be involved and invited. And you should ensure maximum participation for the TPM kickoff stage. Now I'm moving into the implementation steps. That is basically step number 7, that is improve equipment effectiveness. Identify the losses and eliminate the equipment losses through focused improvement, that is basically Kaizen. Whatever daily problems you face, you have all those data, all those records. Now your target should be to eliminate all those losses, to eliminate all those problems, so that you can improve the reliability of the machine, you can improve the performance efficiency of your machines, and you can ensure better quality. So that is the improve equipment effectiveness. Now step number 8, it is establish autonomous maintenance. Every employee and workers, basically those who are operators, those who are working, they should be empowered. They should be given the priority that they should be responsible for their own machine, so that it can maintain the reliability and performance of the machine. So they need to perform inspection, lubrication, checking, and all the minor cleaning activities. All these things should be done by the operator itself. They should be empowered. Autonomous maintenance, that is the fundamentals of autonomous maintenance, that you empower your operators, that they are fully responsible to maintain their machines. It is not only the maintenance people, rather it is the responsibility of the operators and the departments itself and other cross-functional team members. Now I'm moving into step number 9, that is establish planned maintenance. Planned maintenance is required because you need to give some break to the machines. Okay, 7 days, 10 days, 15 days, some break is required, so that you can do some maintenance and make the machines again new, so that it becomes highly productive. So create the planned maintenance schedule, and so that you can basically avoid unexpected breakdowns and you can increase the equipment life. Now I'm moving into step number 10, that is improve skills and training. So continuously develop the employees' technical and problem solving skills. You need to train those people, and through the structured TPM training programs, there has to be some training methods based on which you need to provide trainings regularly to the operators, cross-functional team members, those who are not directly involved on those machines. They should also aware that what it can impact their performance and the process. So trainings and skills development is very required, so that they can find out the faults of their own machine, and they can give some suggestions on what it can be done. Only this can happen if you provide proper training and you can educate them, you can increase their knowledge and skills. Now I'm moving into step number 11, that is early equipment management. So equipment should be managed before the breakdown happens. That is the concept of early equipment management. So you need to do the preventive maintenance before major breakdown happens. So you need to manage your equipment at the early stage, so that you can avoid the failures, big failures. Now I'm moving into step number 12, that is basically the stabilization step, that is sustain TPM and continuous improvement. So now you need to regularly audit TPM activities, standardize best practices, celebrate achievements, and continuously improve the performance through Kaizen and raise the TPM levels. Once you achieve the TPM, you have got some results. Now you need to raise the TPM levels, so that you can go for certification, some achievements at the so that you can promote your organization in a better and higher level. Okay, so that also you can do after in the sustaining in the stabilization stage. Okay, so that is the step number 12. So I have explained all the stages and all the steps involved in the TPM implementation. Now I'm moving into the conclusion stage. So TPM is more than maintenance. It's a culture of ownership, teamwork, and continuous improvement. Following these 12 steps helps organization to achieve higher OE, improve the quality, lower the cost, safer workplaces, and longer run operational excellence. So, if you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video, share this video, and comments below with your thoughts on TPM implementation. And you can join our WhatsApp community also to get free updates on listening tools and techniques, everything for free. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more insightful content. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being part of this journey with the Lean Six Sigma world. So thank you. Thank you so much.